All right, sports fans, let's do sample unit 2 test question number 3, page 2 of your blue notes. Let's do this thing. This is called a piecewise function. It's a bunch of functions kind of pieced together. So analyze this piecewise graph. It was made when a student walked in front of a motion detector. The x-axis represents the amount of time passed in seconds. So I labeled that down here. I matched the green. Time passed in seconds, time in seconds. The y-intercept represents the distance to the detector in feet. Okay, so the distance in feet, I labeled that on the y-axis. Part A, describe the direction the student moved toward or away from the detector and how far they were from the detector when they began. Okay, so I broke this up. Sorry, my penmanship is poor here. This says 0 to 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds, and 5 to 6 seconds. I got those numbers by looking at the x coordinates. So from 0 to 3 seconds, this is one segment of the piecewise graph. From 3 to 5 seconds, this is another segment or piece of the piecewise graph. And 5 to 6 seconds, that's another segment or piece of the piecewise graph. So I'm breaking it up into 3 pieces because the graph itself is broken up into 3 pieces. So from 0 to 3 seconds, it looks like the student here was 4 feet away from the detector at 0 seconds. And then 3 seconds later, they were still 4 feet away from the detector. So we could say something like stayed 4 feet from detector. 4 feet from the motion detector. Okay, fine. 3 to 5 seconds, that is this segment here. It looks like they moved away from the detector because they are further away now. They were 4 feet away and now they are 8 feet away. So we could say moved away from 4 to 8 feet or something like that. Moved from 4 to 8 feet away. Moved away 4 feet. There are lots of different ways you could say this. This last one, 5 to 6 seconds, from 5 to 6 seconds. So that's only 1 second. And it looks like they were 8 feet away. And then 1 second later, they were touching the metal detector, touching the motion detector. They were right there, 0 feet away. So in this 1 second, they moved towards detector from 8 feet to 0 feet. Cool. That's the story that this graph is telling. It's not an exciting story. It's kind of boring. Well, this part's exciting. There's a lot going on there in that 1 second. Moving 8 feet in a second's pretty aggressive. Okay, so find the equation of the line from 0 to 3 seconds. Well, this is just dusting off our y equals mx plus b skills, and notice we're going to do it again in part C. So let's identify our m, let's identify our b, and we'll just create an equation real quick. From 0 to 3 seconds, that is this line right here. Well, it looks like if we're going to identify our slope, our rise over run, it looks like to get from here to here, it rises 0. This has a 0 slope. So m equals 0. What is our y-intercept? The y-intercept is right here at 4. So the b equals 4. So slope-intercept form, y equals 0, x plus 4, or you could just say y equals 4. Because y always equals 4 on this line, no matter how many seconds have passed. 0, half a second, 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, y is always 4. So that's the story that this equation tells. Let's find the equation of the line from 3 to 5 seconds. That is this line right here. The slope is going to be easy. The y-intercept is going to be a little bit trickier, but we'll do it. So to get from the left point to the right point, we rise 1, 2, 3, 4 units, and we run 1, 2 units. So we rise 4, run 2. Well, 4 over 2, that's the same thing as 2. Let's explore our y-intercept now. Again, this one's going to be a little bit tricky because this line doesn't actually intersect the y-intercept right now. So we're going to make it intersect the y-intercept by following this pattern. It has a slope of 2. So that means this line is going to go through this point. It's going to go through this point. And it's going to go through, if we go down, -2, and then over 1 more, it would end up being right here. So notice how these points that I got from the slope, if we were to connect them with a straight line, that would go on like that forever. So I went down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, and I intersect the y-axis down here at -2. The reason why I went down 2, left 1 is because, well, this is the slope of 2 over 1, +2, +1. That's the same thing as -2 over -1. So we're doing the same thing, we're just going in a different direction. So y equals 2x minus 2. That is the equation of the line from 3 to 5 seconds. All right, feel free to rewatch, pause, do whatever you need to do. Let me know if you have questions.